Hi, this is Matt from the Systema Academy, and I wanted to share a great exercise we've been doing all this week at the Academy, and it's to do with breath cycles and learning how to better control your breath, and thereby you learn to better control your movement and control your psyche. And really it's understanding a couple of key things, or it highlights a couple of key things about breath control, and that's flow rate, the flow of breath in and the flow of breath out of the body, learning how to stretch and lengthen it, and also volumes, and especially volumes when it comes to movement. So we've been working with the circular breath, the full hold triangle breath, which is an inhale, a hold and an exhale, and then the empty hold triangle breath, inhale, an exhale and then a hold, and then a square breath, which is an inhale, a hold, an exhale, and a hold. And we got people used to them in a static position, either standing or lying down, and then into walking, and then into some of the core pillar movements. So the push-up, the sit-up, the squat, the leg raise. And I'll kind of talk through them as I'll show you the exercise now. So a good place to start with it is with the circular breath. So they kind of get more difficult as you progress. So firstly, inhale and exhale. Nice and light, so you can inhale through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. And it should be a breath with as little tension as possible. One of the keys of breath work is to remove tension. And also breathe in a way that you feel space inside your body. You don't feel restriction or constraint. And then when you can do that, then you can walk a little bit and see if you can walk and do that breath without interruption. Then you could maybe do a breath ladder. I'm not going to go into that here. And then see if you can do it then with one of the pillars. So I'll do a squat for ease, because it's maybe a good place to start for people. So I'm going to inhale and squat, and then exhale. And then recover a little bit. In the recovery, it's important to recover all the way back down and feel those elevated levels recede out of the body. So, check for a change in your breathing rate, your heart rate, your blood pressure, that, sense of pressure that you might feel in the body, any muscle tone, and your psyche, any change to how you feel in terms of any stress or anxiety. And it might be that you started with a high level of stress from the day, and then this gradually brings it down. Or it might be that as we expand this work and we do higher numbers, you start to get stressed or panicky, and then you need to bring yourself back down. So you do one, and then you do two. And it's important that you start to breathe just before you do the movement. So my inhale completely covered the two squats, and then I exhale, and my exhale completely covered the two squats. Then restore again. So you can do some burst breaths or short breaths, fast breaths, however you want to term them. And you feel everything recede, and you come back to a normal, but it'll start to be even more relaxed than your normal. So you keep getting a new normal. Quite a popular phrase at the moment. And then when you feel okay, then you can do 3, 4, 5, and keep going up. So then it gets more interesting when we have a breath hold in it. So say, for example, I jump a couple of steps and do the triangle breath ladder on an empty hold. So say we'll go straight to a 3. So I'll inhale, exhale, then I'll inhale and do 3 squats. And I'm inhaling the whole time. Now I'll exhale and do 3 squats. But I need to manage the flow here, because if I empty everything out, then I'm completely empty and I need to breathe in, and the 3 squats on an empty hold are stressful. And be intelligent and focused with your breath work and your recovery. And after the, so for that one, the non-breathing phase, i.e. the exhale and the hold, is twice as long as just the inhale phase. So you'll get some oxygen debt, and then when you recover, it's lovely. You feel like the whole body flood with oxygen. You can almost feel your cells getting enriched by the reflood of oxygen. And it's a very healthy practice. And it's also a really de-stressing practice. It'll kind of bring you down from a state of stress or anxiety or agitation quite quickly. I often recommend it to people just before they go to sleep. It's a great way to kind of just remove the stress from the body and get you in a good place to go to sleep. And then, so, you could, and you should stick with each phase and go up to maybe 5 or 6 or 3, 4, wherever you can manage. But the key that you start to learn is to cover the number of movements with a breath, either the inhale or the exhale, and not to completely fill up and not to completely empty out. So you're not just inhaling and exhaling, you're really applying some discretion to an adaptability to the flow rate of your breath and the volume of your breath. And so, like, for example, if I do a square breath on squats, and I'll do maybe 4. So I inhale. So I breathed in over 4 squats, but didn't completely fill up. I got to maybe 70 or 80%. Then I'm gonna hold my breath. And if I'd breathed in too much, I'd be feeling a lot of pressure now on the hold phase. Obviously I'm talking, so I'm kind of not accurately doing it. And on the exhale, I've got to make sure I don't exhale all of that air. So I've still got about 20% or so of air in. And then, so then the final hold is not too bad. And really consciously feel your recovery. Be aware of those 5 things I mentioned. If anything is stuck, like you feel a bit of tension somewhere, or your legs feel a bit heavy and with a lactic buildup or oxygen debt, breathe into them. Be really conscious of how your body feels during the recovery so that you get used to it. And so it becomes a habit. A bit of stress comes in, you can kind of let it out. So, okay, if you've got any questions, please feel free to post them below. I hope you found it useful. I hope it wasn't too long, or, I didn't give enough detail, but, like I say, please feel free to email if you've got any questions. Good luck with your training, and it'd be great to see you on a seminar or on the online academy. You're very welcome to give it a go. Have a great day.